Hello. Hello. I'm audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So yesterday we have studied the real and imaginary part of an analytic functions are harmonic. The proof we have studied in Cartesian form. Okay. So now the same proof we will study in the polar form. So that polar form, yesterday we have studied this. The polar form is this one now. So you can see this. Okay. Polar form. Okay. So earlier Cartesian form in the sense we have used x and y. Now polar form in the sense I'll use r and theta. That is what the difference is here. Okay. So you can see here f of z is equal to u plus iv, or u is a function of r and theta plus I into v is a function of r and theta, that specifically I have mentioned here. Let it be analytic. Let it be analytic. That is f of z is analytic. If f of z is analytic, it should satisfy the CR equations. So whenever CR equations are, just you have to check it whether it satisfies the CR equation Cartesian form or polar form. So here we are dealing with the polar form. So write the polar form of CR equations. Earlier I had written the Cartesian form of the CR equation. Now we have to write the polar form of the CR equation. So that is, what is the polar form of the CR equation? That is dou u by dou r is equal to 1 by r dou v by dou theta. And one more CR equation, that is dou v by dou r is equal to minus 1 by r dou u by dou theta. So that is this r term I'll collect it one side, that is this r and dou u by dou r. I'll shift it to this side, and theta terms I'll make it one side, so that differentiation will be very easy for us. So similarly here also, so minus sign I'll keep here only, and only r term I'll shift it to this. So that is this side r dou u by dou r is equal to dou v by dou theta, and this side r dou v by dou r is equal to minus dou u by dou theta. So this is what the thing is. So next, so there are two variables r and theta. Okay, so first equation, if you are differentiating with respect to r, so next equation you differentiate with respect to theta partially, and in the next case exactly have to reverse it. First you differentiate with respect to theta, next you differentiate with respect to r partially. So the same thing I am doing. It is not necessary that you have to do what I done exactly. So here you may take theta, here you may take r. So later the procedure will repeat. Here it will become theta, here it will become r. So that is, you can say, differentiate one partially with respect to r and two partially with respect to theta. So this is with respect to r and this is with respect to theta. So that's what I am writing here. Just look out. You can see here. So dou by dou r of dou u by dou r, dou by dou r of dou v by dou theta. So here with respect to theta, no. So dou by dou theta, you can see here. Dou by dou theta of r dou v by dou r. So dou by dou theta of minus dou u by dou theta. So here you can see here, this we are differentiating with respect to r. So whenever in partial differentiation, when you are differentiating with respect to one variable, all other variable we have to keep constant. So the same procedure, but here both the terms are r only. So because of that, what I will do is that, so this first term I'll take r, this is the second term. So means by products, I'm using a rule of product, differentiation by product rule. So that is, you can see what I had done. First function into differentiation of the second into differentiation of the first. That is, next is dou square v by dou r dou theta. So here r dou square u by dou r square it is, plus dou u by dou r, derivative of r with respect to r is 1. So dou square v by dou r dou theta. So finally the simplification leads to this, that is r dou square u by dou r square plus dou u by dou r. So that is equal to dou square v by dou r dou theta. Dou square v by dou r dou theta. So this keep it as it is. Next, coming to this I'm differentiating with respect to theta. So just look out here. When you are differentiating with respect to theta, the other variable, see, if you are differentiating with respect to theta, the other variable is r. So that is acting as constant. So whenever constant, we have to take out. So this I'll take it as out. Okay. So dou by dou theta of dou v by dou r, that is equal to minus dou square u by dou theta square. So r is equal to dou square v by dou theta dou r, that is equal to minus dou square u by dou theta square. So that is the mixed derivative. I'll keep separately. So this r, I'll shift it to this side. So dou square v by dou theta dou r is equal to minus 1 by r dou square u by dou theta square. So therefore, we know that always mixed derivatives are equal. Always mixed derivatives are equal. So therefore, this is equal to this with the symbol, with the dependent variable v. So these two are equal. So therefore, that is, this is equal to this, means corresponding, this will be equal to this. So this means this, now that I'm writing here, this means what? This thing. So that I'll write it here. So that is this. So therefore, r dou square u by dou r square plus dou u by dou r is equal to minus 1 by r dou square u by dou theta square. Okay, so divide getting is that equation I'm writing here, just you can see. So that is r get cancelled. Dou square u by dou r square plus 1 by r dou u by dou r minus 1 by r square dou square u by dou theta square. So just check it. This means what? This is u is there no everywhere. So in polar form, so if this is coming in the sense, it is nothing but u is harmonic. Whenever function is harmonic, so this you are getting. Therefore, u means what? U means a real part of an analytic function. Therefore, I can conclude that real part of an analytic function is harmonic. Real part of an analytic function is harmonic. Okay. So similarly, so one part I skipped on this. Sorry, I did not write it. Something I'm doing. Sorry. So next, what you have to do is that the other part is here. So I'll give you in the form of notes. Okay. So please try to refer the notes clearly. So in the second half, now we have shown that real part of an analytic function is harmonic. Okay, this is harmonic here shown. So you show next, that is imaginary part of an analytic function is harmonic. That is, v should be harmonic. So this I had to show you. For that, what you do is that differentiate one with respect to theta. This with respect to theta, and two with respect to r. Two with respect to r. So you can show that imaginary part of an analytic function is harmonic. So later you can conclude that therefore real and imaginary part of an analytic function is harmonic. Understood? So that I'll give in the notes, everything in detail I'll give you. Okay. So any doubts? Hello?
Sir, explain once again, sir.
Okay, fine. See, so in the polar form, okay, polar form means r and theta here to consider. So u of r theta plus I into v of r theta. So that is u plus iv be analytic. U plus iv be analytic. So that is f of z is analytic. I have to take f of z analytic. If the function is analytic, so we know by the theorem, that is it should satisfy the CR equations. It should satisfy the CR equations. So in the polar form, what are the CR equations? This is one CR equation. So this is one more CR equation. So that is, so for my convenience, R term I'll keep one side, theta terms one by the method of separation of variables, theta terms I'll make one side. So this is R term, this is dou u by dou R term, no? So this R I'll shift it to this side. I'll make R terms one side, theta terms one side. Similarly, here also R terms one side and theta terms one side. So next, I'll differentiate this with respect to R1, with respect to R2, with respect to theta. So that is, this I have to differentiate with respect to R, no? Dou by dou R of R into dou u by dou R, that is equal to dou by dou R of dou v by dou theta. So here, this is also function of R, this is also function of R. So we have to use the product rule. So that is first function into differentiation of the second plus second function into differentiation of the first, that is equal to dou square V by dou R dou theta. So therefore, R dou square U by dou R square plus dou U by dou R, derivative of R with respect to R is 1. So dou square V by dou R dou theta. So after simplification, so we are getting like this. This is after simplification. Next, coming to this side, this I have to differentiate with respect to theta. That is what? Dou by dou theta of this, dou by dou theta of this. Okay. So here, whenever you are differentiating with respect to theta in partial differentiation, R is the other variable is constant. What is the other variable here? R. R is constant. Taken outside. So you may ask that, sir, even dou v by dou R is a function of R only. That, do remember that dou v by dou R, that is whatever v is there, it is a function of both R and theta. So I'm not taking constant. Only R I am taking constant. So that is the here R I have taken constant. Dou by dou theta of dou v by dou R, that is equal to minus, this minus you take out, dou square u by dou theta square. So therefore, R dou square v by dou theta dou R, that is equal to minus dou square u by dou theta square. So the mixed derivative only I'll keep it here. This R is equal to minus 1 by R dou square u by dou theta square. So always we know that mixed derivatives are equal. So what are the mixed derivatives here? This is a mixed derivative. This is a mixed derivative. They are equal. So I have to equate this is equal to this. That is R dou square u by dou R square plus dou u by dou R. This you write, that is equal to minus 1 by R dou square u by dou theta square. So you divide it by R. So after dividing, you are getting this. You're getting like this. Okay. So R getting answered, dou square u by dou R square plus 1 by R dou u by dou R, which is equal to minus 1 by R square dou square u by dou theta square. So this term you shift it to this side, dou square u by dou R square plus 1 by R dou u by dou R plus 1 by R square dou square u by dou theta square is equal to 0. So whatever this is there, this is the definition of harmonic. This is the definition of harmonic. As U is there everywhere, therefore U is harmonic. So U is nothing but real part of an analytic function. That is harmonic. So the other part I have to show V is harmonic. To show V is harmonic, what you have to do is that this you differentiate with respect to theta, and 2 you differentiate with respect to R. Reverse it. So then show that V is harmonic. So purposely I have not given you. Okay. So that you do it. So I'll send it in the form of notes. So if you are not getting, I'll send it in the form of notes. Please try to do it and just and give the conclusion that V is harmonic. V is harmonic. So in that case, what you are getting is that when V is harmonic, so you're getting like this. So instead of U, here you are getting V, here you are getting V, here you are getting V. That is dou square V by dou R square plus 1 by R dou V by dou R plus 1 by R square dou square V by dou theta square is equal to 0. So you can say that V is harmonic. Therefore, V is nothing but imaginary part. So imaginary part of an analytic function is harmonic. Imaginary part of an analytic function is harmonic. So please do it. Otherwise, I'll send the notes. Okay. So next thing is that, so with this, we have completed all the theorems. Okay. So based on those theorems, we are solving the problems. So there are four kind of problems. So type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4. Okay. So any doubt with respect to derivations? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. So you can see here. Find derivative. See, for type 1, find derivative of an analytic function. How to find the derivative? Of course, everyone knows what is the differentiation of sin x with respect to x? Cos x. What is the differentiation of cos x with respect to x minus sin x? What is the differentiation of x with respect to x? 1. What is the differentiation of x raised to n with respect to x? Nx n minus 1. So everyone knows the derivative. So, but here some methods are there. We have to follow those methods. Okay. So you can see here working rule. So what working rule is that? So given w equal to f of z, they will give you by seeing the equation. By seeing the equation, we have to substitute either z is equal to x plus iy or z is equal to r e raised to it. Common sense, we have to use z is equal to x plus iy or z is equal to r. So simply simplify it, whether it is in Cartesian form or polar form. Simplify it, and w is equal to, substitute u plus iv. So z is equal to x plus iy or z is equal to r e raised to I theta. It depends on the problem. It depends on the problem and simplification. And later, okay, so separate real part and imaginary part. That is very, very important. So that is to find real and imaginary parts of u and v as a function of x and y or r and theta respectively. So after substituting, get u and get v. That is very simple. After getting u, okay, so get ux and uy, because u is function of xy or u is function of r and theta. Next, after getting v, get vx, vy if it is in Cartesian system. If it is in polar system, get ur, u theta or vr, v theta. So this should be in polar system. So please do understand that if it is in a Cartesian system, get ux and uy. If it is in polar system, get ur, u theta or vr, v theta. Okay. So next thing is that to find the derivative, use this. If it is in Cartesian, use this. That is f dash of z is equal to ux plus ivx. If it is in polar, okay, so use this. The second one, if it is in polar. Okay, next rearrange the equation to get f dash of z in terms of z. So this, after substituting, we have to rearrange it to get f dash of z as a function of z, This much we have to do it. So once again, I'll repeat. They will give you function. That function, after giving that function, so by using the appropriate substitution, so use z is equal to x plus iy or z is equal to r e raised to I theta. Okay, so get real part and imaginary part. So if it is in Cartesian, get ux, uy, vx, vy. If it is in polar system, get ur, u theta, vr, v theta. Next, you use this one. Use this. Next, get f dash as function of z. So we will see the things. Okay. So the first question you can see, type 1. Type 1 questions are, we have to show analytic function and we have to show derivative exist. So here you can see, everyone. See, w is equal to z plus e raised to z is there. So we want dw. Everyone knows that dw by dz because you know the differentiation. So dw by dz. means this had to differentiate this with respect to z. Derivative of z with respect to z is 1 plus derivative of e raised to z is e raised to z. So actually you should get 1 plus e raised to z. Derivative is 1 plus e raised to z. But here we have to use the method. That is very, don't write it directly. That is wrong thing and you won't get the marks only. So first what they asked to show that it is analytic, hence find derivative. So when we have to show it is analytic, so either it should satisfy dw by dz or f dash of z is equal to limit delta z tends to 0, f of z plus delta z minus f of z divided by delta z should exist and unique. Either we have to use that definition or else we have to use the theorem. So if it is satisfy the CR equation, so we said that the function is analytic. That we have proved. When the function is analytic, it should satisfy the CR equation. So here it is more than enough that we should show the CR equations. So for that, you can see, let us take W is equal to Z plus E raised to Z. I said you take W equal to U plus IV. Z is equal to either you have to take X plus IY or R E raised to I theta. Here I taken X plus IY. So this is X plus IY, E raised to X plus IY. So I'll explain you other part also. U plus IV is equal to X plus IY. So this is bases are, see, base is same, powers I can separate it. How to separate this? So that is X plus IY e raised to X into e raised to IY. X plus IY plus e raised to X. So this is cos of Y plus I sin of Y. So X plus IY. So e raised to X cos of Y plus I into e raised to X sin of Y. So this is, you can see, this is real part, this is real part. Write it together. Plus, so this is the imaginary part, this is imaginary part, plus I into write the imaginary part. Once, if you get real part and imaginary part, rest of the thing is easy. So this I can take it as, this is a real part, no, I'll take it as U. I'll equate it to U. So this is the imaginary part, I'll equate it to V. So U is equal to X plus e raised to X cos of Y, V is equal to Y plus e raised to X sin of Y. I told you whenever it is in Cartesian system, get Ux, Vy, Ux, Uy, Vx, Vy. So Ux, this is, you can see, Ux means the partial derivative of u with respect to x by keeping all other variable constant. So derivative of x with respect to x is 1. And here cos of y is acting as constant, take out. Derivative of e raised to x is e raised to x. So what is the total derivation? So total derivation is 1 plus e raised to x cos of y. Similarly, uy means partial derivative of u with respect to y by keeping x constant. By keeping x derivative of constant is 0. That I have written here. So x constant in the sense e raised to x is constant. Differentiation of cos y is minus 1y. So therefore uy is equal to minus e raised to x sin of y. So similarly, get vx vy. Get vx vy. So this is vx. So vx in the sense partial derivative of v with respect to x by keeping y constant. So y constant in the sense this is 0, so I written 0 here. Plus sin y is constant, derivative of e raised to x is e raised to x. So total simplified answer is e raised to x into sin of y. Similarly, differentiate with respect to y by keeping x constant. So with respect to, this is y in the sense the derivative of y with respect to y is 1. Sin of y, that is cos of y, e raised to x will be constant. So we got it. E raised to x, v raised to x, uy, vy. So we have to show that analytic in the sense, I have to prove that CR equations should satisfy. So what are the CR equations? Ux equal to vy and uy equal to minus vx. Just check it whether equality holds good or not. This is ux and this is vy that I had done it here. So this is uy. So this is vx that I had done it here. So exactly it is both the equation, it should satisfy both the equations. So both the equations are satisfied here. So that is One is there, plus e raised to x cos y, e raised to x cos y. So this side, uy means minus e raised to x sin y, minus e raised to x sin y. So equality satisfied. You can see here also, equality satisfied. Once the equality is satisfied, CR equations are satisfied. Once the CR equation is satisfied, the equation is, the given function is analytic. What is the given function? Okay, next we will get the derivative. How to get the derivative is, see, for Cartesian system, to get derivative, I have to take this ux plus ivx. Ux means this, plus I into vx means this. So please open the brackets. 1 plus e raised to x cos y plus I into e raised to x sin y. So from this, e raised to x is common, cos of y plus I sin y. So that is this Euler's function it is. I can write it as e raised to iy. So whenever bases are same, I can add the powers. E raised to x plus iy. 1 plus e raised to x plus iy means what? Z. So I told you in the beginning only. Everyone knows the differentiation. Derivative of z with respect to z is 1, plus derivative of e raised to z is e raised to z. This is what the derivative at the end we should get it, but we should get it by this method. So that is, I had to take, so this formula, this adjustment I had to do it. Okay, later I had to get that answer. Answer. So any doubts?